I got a phone call around 6:30 on a Tuesday night, and I was not at the club, and told me that storm had come through and destroyed the course. We had a ton of trees down on the course over the fairways. And mind you, that was the Tuesday of our gala event, which is our 3-day member guest tournament. It's the biggest moneymaker we have for the club. It's big dinner on Thursday night, then you have golf Friday, Saturday, and Sunday, and then a big finale on Sunday afternoon. So it's a big deal at the club, and this was the Tuesday before.
Wow.
So they called me. I went down there. I grabbed the superintendent of greens, and we went on the course and looked, and we just said, you know what? Let's go home, sleep on it. We'll meet here at 7 o'clock tomorrow morning, and we'll assess the damage. Okay? And we all went home. Power was out. It wiped out the whole area.
So was this like when you say a microburst, that wasn't a tornado or anything, but it was
Actually,
really
a microburst is a tornado that never,
Has a twister.
it doesn't develop the twister. It's just a big cloud that comes down, hits the ground, and just disperses.
Wow.
I've never seen one before. It made the news, let me tell you. So, the fun continues. At 5:30 in the morning, on Wednesday morning, I get a phone call from the general manager that the building is flooded. Okay, now, why, who knows? But I said to him, you got to be kidding me. And he goes, no. And I jumped in the car and flew down here, and the building was flooded. What happened is the sprinkler system let go. They built somehow or other, pipe blew in the kitchen area and just flooded the whole place.
This is in addition to the.
This is an addition, right?
Wow.
So I skipped a part. On Tuesday night, I also called our insurance adjuster, John Caldarella. And so John come out, we looked at the situation on Tuesday night, and he says, okay, we'll see you tomorrow morning. Well, at 7 o'clock on Wednesday morning, I picked up the phone, and I said, John, we got bigger problems. He goes, what's that? He says, the building's flooded. He says, you're kidding. I says, no. So we have a gentleman at our club that runs a cleaning business. He got his crew in there and started putting blowers in there to clean it up. And I'm sitting there saying, you know what? This is Wednesday. Tomorrow night, we're serving 140 people dinner. Can't be done. Came this close to canceling the event because it was a mess. I was out on the course, and another member come up to me and says to me, he says, if you want, call this guy. He'll be able to help you. Okay? It was John. So I did. Never met John before in my life. John said to me, I'll meet you at the course at 2 o'clock. I came down to the course at 2 o'clock, walked him through the entire course, brought him inside the building, and I said, we got issues here. And I had to make a split decision. I pulled everybody out and gave the whole thing to John. I grabbed a couple of my board members at the time, and I says, look, I don't have the knowledge, I don't have the experience to start coordinating cleaners, painters, carpenters, chainsaws, tree people. I don't have that, okay? So I said, I need one person that I can give sole responsibility to make this thing happen, okay? Did I believe it was going to happen? No. You couldn't. I would have bet $1 million we were never going to have that dinner. I contacted John. John said, don't worry about it. We've got you covered. Okay? Well, John had me covered. He saved us. He saved the life of the club. He brought in ServPro. He brought in another company he had everybody there. He had, when we had our cleaning people, and no disrespect intended to them because they were awesome, okay, but when you bring in a crew of 15, 20 people, they got big generators running in the back, they got cables going all over the place, they got blowers everywhere. And believe it or not, that started around 2:30, 3 o'clock on Wednesday afternoon. They worked around the clock. I told them they had to be out of there by noontime on Thursday so that we can prepare dinner. Now, mind you, the kitchen was gone. Ceiling had come down because the pipe burst up in the ceiling. These guys came in, cleaned up the mess, put sheetrock up, redid the ceiling, temporary, okay? The amazing part about it is somehow or other the health department found out about it.
Oh, no.
Oh, no. The health department showed up at around 4:30 at 5 o'clock on Thursday, walked in and said, I heard you guys had a flood here. I said, well, we got some water come down, but, we're blowing it, keeping it up. And he went through the kitchen, past the kitchen. Okay, if he had gone in there 12 hours earlier, he would have put a padlock on the building. So it was, I can't say enough about it. It was simply amazing. At the same time, we had our crew um, doing the golf course. And I told John, just focus on the building because that's what I need. I need that building ready on Thursday. I need 125 or 140 people having dinner Thursday night. And then we got to have food for Friday, Saturday, and Sunday. And it really came down to John putting the crew in there, worked around the clock. He pulled them out at 12 o'clock on Thursday. We had dinner. Dinner was over by 9 because we had no power in the building, so we had to get everybody out before it got dark because the town was still without power there. Let's see, John, we left at 9. John's crew came back in at 9 o'clock on Thursday, worked around the clock until 8 o'clock the next morning, pulled them back out again, did the cooking they had to do. We were in and out. I mean, they were in and out the whole weekend and saved our butt. I mean, Thursday night, I addressed the membership at this dinner, and it was just unbelievable that you could look out there and see 140 people in an audience that you knew the building was flooded the day before. So there had to be, I don't even know how many people were out there because I was running between the building and the golf course. It was phenomenal. All I could say is, I mean, that guy's number is in my phone, and I don't care what happens, he's getting the first phone call. I mean, he was phenomenal. And the best part was, keep calm, relax, we got this. Don't worry about it, I'm not going to let you know. He built the confidence, and he was there. I call him, he answered the phone. I don't care what time of day or night it was. He was there. He gave me the moral support that I needed, and I didn't believe it until dinner was actually being served. I said, I don't know how we did this. So,
when you first met him, what made you trust him?
I think the recommendation that came from our member. I know this member has been a long-time member at the club, John Rudden. He just basically said to me, I've used this guy before, he'll take care of you. Okay? And then when I met John, his personality. Mm-hmm. He wasn't this macho guy, yeah. You know. He wasn't, the king. I'm going to save everybody. He just said, "Relax. This is what I do. We'll get this done." And the one thing I did tell him is, John, I don't want to see a bill with these guys floating around here. I didn't. I mean, 6, 8 months later, we got the whole case resolved, and everybody that worked that weekend was paid directly by the insurance company. Nothing came through us. It was unbelievable.
That's amazing.
Yeah, it was unbelievable.
So he took care of all of that?
He took care of everything. First thing he had to do was come in, grab our insurance policy. We sat down, he went through it. He took care of it all. He had blueprints made up, sketches of all the trees on the course that were damaged. And I'm thinking the course, we had members raking the fairways on Wednesday and Thursday morning just to try and get this thing to go off. I mean, you're bringing the 3-day member guest at our club is our gala event. We have members that bring guests in from out of state. So they're flying in on Monday and Tuesday. They don't know that there's going to be a storm Tuesday night, and of course it's going to get shut down. So it would have cost a lot of people a lot of money, and we would have lost a lot of revenue if we had to shut that thing down.
So he really did save the day.
Oh, he saved not only the day, the 3-day member guest was Friday, Saturday, and Sunday. After Sunday, his crews were back in there again Sunday night. We had to pull them back out again Monday at noontime because on Monday, I think it was Monday or Tuesday, we had the Wounded Warrior tournament, which was another 144 players that came in and had dinner and lunch. And so he was phenomenal saying, you tell me when you need them out of the building and I'll get them out of the building. Okay? But I think the most amazing part is we had no power in that building for 4 or 5 days. Didn't bother them. They brought in their own generators and they started running generators and running cords through windows. I mean, it was phenomenal. It was unbelievable what this guy did. It saved me. It saved me because if it wasn't for John coming that Tuesday afternoon or Tuesday night, Wednesday afternoon, and I probably would have pulled the plug on the tournament because I'm sitting there saying, there's just no way we can open this kitchen up and have it legal. And the best part was somebody leaked it. We don't know who. Somebody leaked it. And the health inspector showed up on Thursday afternoon. And he was like, wow, I thought you guys were flooded. Well, we had some water damage, but the kitchen ceiling, I mean, the ceiling had fallen where the pipe broke. They cut it, cleaned it all out, edged it, put up some sheetrock, taped it, and started cooking. It was amazing.
So it was like it never happened.
Yeah, it was like it never happened. I mean, you knew there was a problem, because baseboards were removed, sheetrock was cut up, blowers were right in front of it. We couldn't remove all the blowers, but we got the ones out of there that were in the way. But a lot of the blowers, like in the locker rooms and everything, because the water came all the way down to the basement. Yeah, it was bad. it was bad.
So you would recommend John?
I would not only recommend John, I would tell you you're dumb if you don't take John. I mean, this is like, he is unbelievable. And he had another catastrophe at the same time. Right after that, I don't know anything about it, but it was some church down south that had a big fire. So he's juggling ours, and he's juggling them. Of course, me, I could care less about the fire, John. This is my baby, okay? And it was amazing. I mean, the whole relaxed, it's like he does this every day. It's like I'm having, conniptions here.
Sure.
And I'm having a coronary, and he said, relax, don't worry, we'll take care of this, And you got to have dinner Thursday? Yeah, for 144 people. Not a problem. We'll take care of it. It was just unbelievable.
Incredible confidence.
Oh, incredible. Incredible.
And he did the job.
Did it 150%. And when he said he was going to do something, he got it done. And even after the cleanup, even after going through the insurance deals, because it took like 8 months to settle it with the insurance company. And even with them, there was no questions at all for the insurance company. In fact, the insurance company came in and inspected, not John's work, but inspected some of the damage. And they said no question it was a busted pipe with their sprinkler system. He said no question at all. So they walked out and they were happy. John gave them everything he needed. It was documentation, unbelievable documentation. I mean, you want to talk about blueprints? I've seen blueprints of a building that weren't as complicated as the blueprints of that golf course that John and his crew put together. For every tree that had damage on it.
Every tree?
Every tree. And there's a lot of trees on that golf course. So, and amazing, thank God, the storm that came in, not one green was damaged, which was to our benefit, because that's where really money can go into. But, they fell across fairways, they fell across tee boxes, but not one piece of a green was touched.
So all those trees were cleaned up, everything was squared away.
Yeah, during those 3 days, they got them off the fairway. They pushed them into they got them off the fairway into the rough areas, into the woods area. And then once that was done and the Wounded Warrior tournament was done, we probably spent the next 3 to 4 months cleaning up. You always saw a truck there with a chipper and some chainsaws going. So it was a lot. Yeah, I can't remember the number, but I want to say there was probably over 350 trees that were damaged. Damaged and torn down.
And 50 trees.
Yeah.
So he coordinated all of this for you.
He coordinated the building stuff. And then he helped us with the course stuff. We have our superintendent that managed most of that. John's focus was on the building because, to me, that's what's important.
So this was a real disaster for you.
Oh, it was amazing. I mean, yeah, it was scary. I've been here, 71. I've been at the club for 24 years, and it's the first time. I've lived in Wallingford for 42 years. It's the first time I've ever seen anything like this. Downtown here, we're 4 blocks away from the club. Nothing. Everything was fine here. It's like this storm came through, hit, burst out across the course, hit the surrounding streets, and left. 10, 15 minutes, gone.
That's incredible.
It was. You think you're making the story up, but it's not. It's true.
So in all your years of being involved in life in general, this has never happened before.
No.
And it came out of the blue.
No, we've had tornadoes hit once many, many years ago in Hampton, and that went down one street and took out all the trees on both sides, but I've never seen anything like this before. Nothing. I mean, we watched it come in. I wasn't here. I was at another club. And we were supposed to be playing, and we're outside, and we're looking at this cloud coming in. I mean, this black, you got sunny skies just like you have today, And here comes this big back cloud down there, and I'm saying, I'm not liking the looks of that thing. But we thought it was a rainstorm, a thunderstorm.
Sure.
So I went and grabbed my clubs, put them under the overhang, and sat there and watched it come through. Rain, 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 and windy. And I said, oh, what the heck is this thing? I've never seen anything like it. And then within 10 minutes, 15 minutes, sun's back out. And then the phone rang. And they said, you better get over here right away. I said, you got to be kidding me. I'm at the other side of town playing golf. No, you better get here. In fact, even the course I was at shut down. They didn't get hit with the buildings, but they shut down the course because they had so much debris on the course, which is in the same town. It's right around the corner. So yeah, it was scary. When I saw the damage, it was bad, but the next morning was 10 times worse. When they called me at 6 o'clock in the morning and said, you better get here, the building is flooded, I said, you got to be kidding me. I called our insurance guy that Wednesday morning. I said, John, we have a bigger problem. He said, what's that? The building's flooded. You got to be kidding me. John, I don't kid. I don't kid. Better get over here. He did.
Boy, you have a nice smile on your face today.
I do now because, I mean, I still meet the guy. I'll call him up. John, when you're near it, we're going to have breakfast.
Sure.
We're going to have lunch. I'll never lose a relationship with that guy. No, he's always going to be in my back pocket. Yeah.
Wow, it's really nice to know.
I mean, I've given his name to other people. Even small stuff, house. We got a problem with your house. Call John. John will take care of you. Yeah, but what's amazing is his comfort level. He's like, that's what he loves to do. So he's very comfortable to where I think I'm having, I'm going to get on a train and skip town because if I had to shut that tournament down, it would have been a financial nightmare to the club.
Wow.
So
you're happy with how everything turned out? You're happy with him?
I'm happy with him. I'm happy how everything turned out. I can't talk enough about the guy. He's having, I don't know if you want to put this on, but had some medical issues right now. I tracked him with that.
Yeah.
And in fact, I just had lunch with him the other day, last week. And he's going in, I think he's going in today for some surgery.
Today or tomorrow?
Today or tomorrow.
Yeah.
And so I said to him, once you get out of that, we'll get together again. But no, unlike any other contractors, I stay in contact with John.
That's
John's
great.
An awesome guy.
Is there anything else I haven't asked you or anything else you want to share that we haven't talked about yet?
I could sit here and talk about John all day. I mean, I just love the guy. I really do. His confidence level is, you have no idea. I mean, you're president of a club. You have your premier event coming. It's your biggest moneymaker for the year. You have members that are bringing guests in from out of town. And you have no golf course and you have no clubhouse. All because of this silly-ass storm for 10 minutes. And you're sitting on there and you got board members telling me this has got to go. What are you going to do here? And I spent 37 years in the corporate world as a project manager, so I'm pretty good at organizing projects and getting them done. I don't know where, this was so far out of my ball game. In fact, I turned around to one board member who said, you can't do that. And I says, tell you what, you want to take control of the building and I'll take control of it? No, I can't do that. Then I'm making this decision. And it was a split decision that was made probably around 3:30 on Wednesday afternoon. And if I had not pulled the trigger at 3:30, if I had waited 24 hours, we'd have never made it. Never made it. If I had to think about that, we'd have never made it. It was a decision I made, and John something said to me, go with this guy. I mean, you're talking a 15-minute conversation, and I handed him over the whole club.
Wow.
So it was just his personality, his way of not panicking, his way of saying, we're going to be good. We're going to take care of this. We're going to have that dinner. You're going to have your golf course. And I'm sitting there saying, you must be God or somebody because I don't see it. And I didn't see it. I still didn't see it until Thursday when I saw it all starting to come together on Thursday afternoon. I said, you're going to be out of here by noontime? We'll be out of here by noontime. And your ceiling will be fixed. And you'll be cooking in the kitchen. And we're going to get the tables all set up in the other room. It was amazing. It was unbelievable.
Impressive.
Very, very impressive. Very impressive. John's my man. John's my man, yeah.
I got to tell you, you do a great job just sharing all this information.
Well, you know why? Because it's true. And I believe it. And, when you believe something, You can do pretty much anything you want, okay? And John is by far, I have any issues at all with any business, house or anything, John's the guy.
Wow. Thank you very much.
No, thank him. Him and his crew. His crew is phenomenal. And you know what? Being in this business, you make a phone call and they call you back. They gave me their cell numbers just to make sure that I was comfortable.
That's pretty powerful these days.
When I'm in real estate business, as you know now, and, we run into clients, I say, you have to use people that I know that are on my list, because my attorneys, my mortgage lenders, I get nothing for them, okay? But I know I can get them at Saturday afternoon at 5 o'clock. I know I can get them at Sunday morning at 11 o'clock. I have their home numbers, I have their cell numbers. And then you get the client that I just went through one today, that's closing today, that says, no, I want to use my own, and it's a nightmare. You know why? You call them on the Saturdays. We don't work Saturdays. Call me Monday morning. Well, guess what? In this business, you work when everybody else is off, so that doesn't work,
Sure.
But yeah, John's just a phenomenal guy. Phenomenal.
Oh, I really appreciate you taking the time, because your conversation with me, your interview
I
was
tell you, I
amazing.
love the guy. So I would never want this. I almost want another storm so I could deal with him again. But I'm not president anymore. That beat me up that year. So
Oh, I'll bet.
I've been there 23 years, and this is our 24th year, and been on the board for 12 of the 24, and either president or vice president for the last 3. And that beat me up. So especially that, it's just a stress. You can tell me it's going to be okay, but if it's not okay, I'm the guy who's got to stand up there, not you. And you know what? John did it. He's phenomenal. He really is.
Wow, a lot of responsibility.
Yeah. And the big part is there's a lot of people involved. You got cleaners, you got painters, you got environmental
Construction
people,
guys,
you got
yeah,
construction
everybody.
guys, you got electricians. They had an electrician come in there because they had to wire the generators to our panels. It was like, wow. So in fact, that's one that I think if I forgot that we had freezers that were out. He had his electrician come in and get our freezers up and running off his generators. How do you say thank you to that guy?
Wow. Well, no, I want to say I appreciate this, because we're going to put this up on his website, and this kind of conversation, especially a video, is so important.
Yeah.
So this will be pretty powerful.
John's my man. So I love that guy. I really do.
Wow, that's great. And I'm trying to think if there's anything I haven't asked you. You did a great job sharing the experience, what happened, follow up, all the things that were involved.
Yeah, it was scary. It was scary. And that was a split-minute decision I made, but it was the smartest decision I ever made.